Hey, good afternoon. This is Pete from FigLife.com. And today I'm looking at a variety called KTJ, or KTJ. And this is a variety that there's been a fair amount of a buzz about recently within the last year. There's some growers out in Malaysia that have been talking about this fig variety, that it's a really good variety. And there's a few growers here in the US that are growing it, and I happen to have a tree that I'm growing for the first time this year, and it's just now producing some ripe fruit for me. It's pretty late in the season, but at least I'm getting some fruit. So I'm gonna try that fig variety for the first time here. So let's go take a look at that now. Hey, good afternoon. Today I'm looking at a fig variety called KTJ, or Kafe Jiate, I think is what it stands for. And I've got just a bunch of figs getting close to being ripe here. I'm gonna go ahead and pick a couple of these and try them. Actually, I'll just try this one right here because it's soft. So this is my first time trying this. But this tree's grown really well. I got it earlier in the season, and it's a graft. I grafted it onto another rootstock, and it's grown really well. And it's my first, like I mentioned, first time trying it. I've kept put it here on the deck in a spot that was still getting a lot of sun, so hopefully it tastes good. It's kind of late in the season, so a lot of my figs have started kind of losing some of that sweetness that they had earlier in the season, and then they're just not quite as sweet as they were. So I don't know if this is a really sweet variety or not. All right, so as I was saying, this is all right. So this is KTJ. You can see it's starting to get kind of turn brown, but it hasn't fully turned brown yet. Pretty tight eye, not completely closed. So yeah, anyway, the figs start as a green color, and then they turn kind of yellow, and then kind of brown. So this is starting to get brown, but it's not quite there yet. Some people, and you know, it just doesn't quite look as, you see these photos from California of KTJ, and they look like such beautiful figs. So obviously here in Northern Virginia, it doesn't quite have that same really nice look, but who knows? Maybe it'll still taste all right. Let's get the weight on this. 66 grams. And there has been some talk online that maybe this is the same as Flanders, because this is a fig that is commercially grown, I think in Turkey, but don't quote me on that. But I think it is commercially grown somewhere. And so, you know, if it's commercially grown, then it's widely available. It just maybe hasn't been in here in the US. So I guess it's possible that it was here already under a different name. I don't know. I don't have Flanders, so I can't speak to that comparison myself, but I do have this one. So let me go ahead and cut this open and see what the inside looks like. All right, so there's the inside of KTJ. It's looking ripe, I guess. I've never, you know, this is my first time trying it, so I don't have a lot to draw upon in terms of experience growing this fig. But it, you know, it does look ripe. So let me go ahead and try it. This is my first time trying KTJ, Kate Tejafe, I think is what it stands for. The skin is a little bit thick on this, which means that maybe it could have ripened a little bit more. I'm not sure. All right, so nice sweetness. Yeah, the skin is a little bit thick. I feel like maybe under better ripening conditions that skin would have thinned out a little bit. But the pulp is a really nice flavor. It's pretty sweet, which is surprising given that most of my figs here are kind of losing some sweetness as the weather's cooled off and they're not getting as much sun. So this is one of the sweeter figs that I've had recently. And then a really nice flavor to it. Otherwise, kind of. Let me eat this last one. Yeah, kind of flavor, kind of like just some nice sweet, maybe caramel melon type flavors there. Not really sure how to describe that. But a nice tasting fig. I mean, you can see the quality of the fig. It didn't split open. It did have a crack on it, but that didn't cause it to spoil. And I should be getting a few more of those here pretty soon. You saw a bunch of those on the tree, so I should get a bunch more ripen here shortly. Of course, that being a first-year tree, you know, that certainly is a reason why it is not ripened earlier in the season. It's pretty late in the season here. It's like October 10th. So if it's ripening earlier in the season, that's probably going to result in a better taste of the fig because it's going to be sweeter, probably more flavorful because it's ripening in that warmer environment with more sunlight. So given the time of year, given how late it is here and the environmental conditions, I think that was in fact a really good taste there for KTJ or KTJ. And as for whether or not that is the same as the fig grown under the name Flanders, that's been in Flanders, has been in the United States for quite a long time. I don't know. I've never grown Flanders, and can't speak to that comparison myself. But this is my first time trying KTJ, and I can say that was a pretty tasty fig. A lot of sweetness to it, and some other nice flavors, which would probably be more prominent if I was growing this in better conditions. So that's my review of KTJ. If you enjoyed this video, please hit subscribe and check out my website, www.figlife.com. Thanks.